Well, hi again. This is Jay. This is my buddy Flounder. You hear me? I told you I wrote a blog called Flounders Great Adventure. Well, this is the Flounders part of it. You know, he helps me write. He's my inspiration. He's also a pain in the ass sometimes. I'm going to put him down before he decides to have me for dinner. Okay, I decided that I'm going to read my blog to you, that the one I posted today on the internet. That's on WordPress. It's called Flounders Great Adventure. I appreciate comments, especially, other than punctuation. See, there he is. Now he's talking to you guys, okay? You gotta listen to him sometimes. He has some good stuff sometimes. Okay, but here we go. There are some really true quotes out there. Like, history repeats itself. Now, you say that's not true. Well, you're right if you're looking for an exact duplication, but if you look carefully, you will see it's right on. You must, of course, look at it in a broad sense. I mean, I don't expect the Cuban Missile Crisis to appear tomorrow morning, but you do have a line drawn in the sand in Syria between U.S. and Russia right now. You would think after all this time, the world leaders would learn not to let their dicks get in the way of logic. But I guess that would be called wishful thinking. So far, all this posturing over the years has not resulted in a war of any significant changes in the world. Conflict seems to be the only way governments know how to talk to each other. There is another old quote from writer-philosopher George Santayana that says, "Those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it." Well, if you take a look around, you'll see that either the world doesn't pay attention or it has a limited attention span. Because it may not be sorry about that. Because it may not be presenting itself in the exact same manner, but is there if you look. The part of the world where the conflict is right now is an example of the history repeat syndrome and the world's foolish attempts to change it. Repetition is so ingrained in this area that the best policy might be to just leave them alone. But the world won't. They want the oil, diamonds, and other natural resources that are there. If you could replace oil and gas, some of these countries would return to the days of nomad tribes just wandering the desert. Iran understands this and seeks nuclear power because they know oil is not forever. You would think that by now the world would understand what the supercomputer and the movie War Games understood at the end. The only way to win at war is not to play. And it learned this from a simple game called tic-tac-toe. This is Flounder and Fats saying ciao from Medellin, Colombia.